To another episode of You Can't Make This Shit Up. This is your host, David Washington. I'm Joel Hoxley. We are absolutely excited to see you. Thank you to everybody that helps put on this Jay and Washington Network production.
Thank you. Hey, so Orange County Mayor Jerry Demings condemned the covert drafting of a bill by lobbyist Chris Carmody to limit Visit Orlando's funding control, hinting at severing ties with Carmody's firm, GrayRobinson, and possibly filing a Florida bar complaint. Demings criticized Carmody's lack of disclosure and Florida Senator Linda Stewart's bill, emphasizing its erosion of home rule. The situation underscores tensions between local and state interests and raises questions about lobbyist integrity. Let's explore the options. Let's go, Joel. What say you?
Wow, to see GrayRobinson
Ouch. And their contract is coming up for renewal in April, so this comes at a good time for GrayRobinson and Carmody.
Well, I think GrayRobinson needs to be is probably looking at the fact that Democrats keep losing, so they may just need more help from Tallahassee than they need from Jerry. And Jerry's termed out. Look, this is humorous to me in the fact that this is the stuff people don't ever see and we know all about.
Right, exactly.
It's like where the checks for GrayRobinson, go, right? They go to Republicans in Tallahassee, they go to Democrats locally, they go to, they get contracts like this that they use to the very nth degree, and then okay, well, what is the loss of this contract means nothing to them.
That's correct.
But the loss of the Visit Orlando to the city, man, how many people work there and all the perks they get and all the money they spend on all these things? Listen, I am a PR guy, so I support public relations. I believe that we should be doing more. But when we look at the fact that Roboland moves down to a part of the iDrive that needs intense help and is not getting one iota help from Visit Orlando, you have to say enough is enough. Where's this money going? So this is one of those things where I don't care when I say, look, Tallahassee, do what you want to, but no, I am upset that they would invade home rule. But at the same time, you need to stand behind your Visit Orlando and start pitching. What is it doing? Show us the results. Show us how it's helping, because it doesn't seem to be helping. It's only helping those that have and not the ones that have not. Because Roboland was an awesome, an awesome opportunity for iDrive.
Correct.
And it didn't last. And it didn't last even a year.
That's correct.
And that's disappointing. And we got out there, we saw what they had. We never saw Visit Orlando. And when we sat with Visit Orlando right beside us at a event, I mentioned Roboland and they barely even, I've heard of it. Well, how have you heard of it? You should know all about it. They moved in on iDrive. And part of iDrive, you guys are supposed to be promoting. David, I could go on all day. I just get really frustrated when you have something that's not showing results or giving us the information we need to make a decision.
There's so many things that is both very interesting and fucked up about this, particularly the home rule issue and Senator Linda Stewart, who is a former commissioner of Orange County, who allegedly is maybe looking to return to the county commission by way of District 3, who is a Democrat, who has championed in the past as a commissioner home rule. And Chris Carmody is doing his job with GrayRobinson. I'll talk about that later. However, to support legislation that will take local control by the commissioners to do their job to help their communities, for senator to champion this, to sponsor this, screams hypocrisy, first of all, but even more importantly, it shows the public how the sausage is made and why the public will say the system is corrupt to its core. Granted, you and I know that, the legislation is typically written by special interests and lobbyists. We know that. That's just the nature of the beast. However, with Senator Stewart, who is, what's that word I'm looking for again? Pedestalized, but promoted as one of the good ones by the Democrats, a stalwart of liberal legislation and ideology, to turn her back on the local community and keeping local control over those tourism dollars that support Visit Orlando, so that those dollars, some of those dollars could go to things that can address affordable housing infrastructure. To turn her back with this legislation, to turn her back on the public, it's sad. It's really sad.
I don't think
However, as politicals, we
listen,
know
I don't
this,
think Linda
this is
Stewart's
what
turning.
happens.
Linda Stewart's not turning her back on the citizens. She's simply taking and doing what she feels is right. She feels that there's complaints about dollars and the dollars are being misspent. She's trying to make sure that this is shut down. This is shut down or monitored or
By
controlled.
preempting local commissioners who are elected to address these issues the best way they feel possible for their communities.
Listen, David, there's no
one bill, and she even, according to news reports and Mayor Demings in his statement, there was no discussion with his office about this bill until after she filed it.
Linda Stewart, I'm 100% supporter of yours in this instance. Take all the home rule away. That way, I can take and go and say, "Hey, it's not just Republicans doing it any longer."
Mm-hmm.
David knows right now that Joel is being absolutely off his right. Look, Tallahassee needs to keep their hands off of, these cities, right? Cities should fail on their own. And I think that Tallahassee should then come swoop in when they failed, right? That's when you get to take away their home rule, take away their charter, whatever you want to do. But right now, we shouldn't have legislation up in Tallahassee that has to do anything with Visit Orlando. You have enough problems with Visit Florida that you guys can't figure out what you want to do. Look, I'm a supporter of Visit Florida. I think it's a great asset. I think it does more for the state than people realize, because it doesn't promote those things that self-promote. It doesn't go out and say, "Hey, China, come to Disney." It says, "Chinese, community, we have natural resources out in these, areas that you would never know about." So they promote things that we're not going to. So state parks and what you really don't know is going on there is what people like. Well, it's a private company and this and that. Look, public relations is a great tool when used properly, and those are dollars well spent. Visit Florida is trying to do that. Maybe Pitbull wasn't a great idea.
No, I don't
That's
think so,
what
no.
brought the attention to them. But what has Visit Orlando done? And that's the question that the citizens are asking. That's why they've probably gone to Linda Stewart, and Linda Stewart's trying to take care of what people are asking about, even though it should be something being taken care of by the commissioners. The commissioners should let us know what's going on.
But Stewart's legislation was to prevent the county commission from affecting the budget for Visit Orlando. And I mean, as far as showing receipts, allegedly, they spend $10 million on just travel alone. To where? To what? Orlando, Orange County is the center of the universe for family vacationing. It is. People come to the theme parks with their families, and it drives tourism for Central Florida. It is the center of the universe for families to vacation. What else is Visit Orlando? I mean, what more can they do to promote that? Really don't. Disney has its budget for marketing, Universal has its budget for marketing, SeaWorld, so forth and so on. Like you said earlier, Joel, promoting the smaller attractions like Roboland, like the different restaurants on the portion of iDrive that is not in the county, but in the city,
Yeah,
which has gone neglected. And also, just further,
Yeah.
Stewart's legislation said that even though it may not go anywhere, it's probably dead. Stewart's legislation said it did achieve its goal of preventing the Orange County Commission from taking deep cuts to Visit Orlando's budget. So she's carrying water for
Yeah, I misspoke.
Visit Orlando.
I misspoke. I meant the other way around, but still, look, whatever's going on here, it's a mess. It'll be sorted out of the ballot box, as usual.
To talk about GrayRobinson, this whole lobbyist thing, we're in the wrong business. We need to be lobbyists because GrayRobinson not only is a lobby for the county, but they're also a lobby for the Central Florida Hospitality and Leisure Authority. I mean, and that happens. That happens with a lot of these lobbying firms that do that, or public relations firms that do that. We should become lobbyists ourselves, and we talked about that.
Look, I think that I have a lot of respect for the law firm. I have a lot of respect for lobbyists. Lobbyists are public relations, and I think that a lot of people give lobbyists a bad rep for the things that the things that are reported on excessive spending for influence and stuff like that. But we don't look at lobbyists in a whole like the lobbyists that we have. If you're a member of AARP and you hate lobbyists, please don't pay your dues to AARP, because guess what? You're paying for a lobbyist. Hey, I'm a Legionnaire, so I'm part of the American Legion. I want them to keep on lobbying. Please keep on lobbying for veterans. The VFW. We have all these different organizations that you're part of that are lobbyists. So when you give your lobbyists, hey, I hate lobbyists, you just need to look at who you're supporting right now, because those are your lobbyists. Indeed. So GrayRobinson, keep on doing the great work. Hey, David and I are here to, work with you if you need to hire us for anything.
Hire J&W. Hire J&W.
Listen, I have a lot of respect for what they're doing, and I like the fact that Jerry can get mad at him, and he'll still take the husband and wife will still take their money when it comes time elections.
Ouch. The mayor's in a difficult situation, which I think he'll take care of. GrayRobinson's contract allegedly is up for renewal in April of 2024. And so does the mayor's like, something, after what just happened, they'll move on to another firm or whatever. I doubt that.
I doubt it, because he can't do it, unless he can do it unilaterally.
I think the commissioners will have something to say about that. But as far as Chris Carmody for GrayRobinson, he may get a slap on the wrist. Who knows? But hey, family, community, this is how the sausage is made. This is what happens. And this is a good case of why you should be involved in your local politics and stay aware.
Well, I'm excited that you brought this one up, even though I misspoke. But look, Linda Stewart, keep doing the job you're doing. You're trying to make sure that you have legislation that could actually pass. And if it means, taking away home rule, that's something you're going to have to address when you choose if you're going to run for local office. I mean,
Yeah.
you make your bed and you sleep in it. So
In your tent.
in your tent, that's right. We need to be moving into our tents now.
That's right.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not moving into a tent this week, but maybe next week. Look, please like, share. Tell me I'm crazy when I make make a mistake like that. But look, we are here being your political innovators, and we don't use that word lightly. We're looking at new ideas. We're looking at new ways to address things. We're trying to keep you informed that your local issues are the most important issues.
Indeed.
So click like, share, comment, make sure that you're, and get that informer. Get the informer. We have some of the most innovative individuals that are going to start adding to our information that we provide. We have former people, we've had people that run for Congress, and we have people that are embedded in our community that are
Yes.
starting to give us, great content for our informer. And you can get that by just subscribing. And why not subscribe now before it becomes something you'll have to pay for, because the value is going to go up.
Go to our LinkedIn company page, Jay in Washington, and you can subscribe to the Informer there. You could go to Twitter, now known as X, and look for the link at the top of the page, and you can add your name to our email list to receive the Informer and check out our blog. Joel has some great content there. And of course, visit us across all of our podcasts, The Morning Constitution with Joel Hawksley.
Hey, David has great content on the blog too. So don't
I gotta come up with some recent stuff.
he's just commenting because he's giving me compliments on the fact that we're addressing Black History Month in a great in a unique way.
Yes,
And
yes.
that we're constantly trying to make sure that you have content. So if you
Yes.
need something, or you have a desire, you want to know something, reach out to us. We really are here to be your political innovators.
Yep. We'll see you soon. Thank you. You can't make this shit up.